Salam alaikum. And Emma, but she just put a cookie in her mouth.
I've had too many cookies today. I need to stop.
Well, if you make them, you can have however many you want, right? Amazing. Well, our 10-minute timer is starting right now. Okay, we are back. Now, I think our last episode cut off just a little bit, unfortunately. Not sure how or why or... Yeah, I'm not sure why or how or whatever, but it did. See, that guy will want to kill me if I take off my boots, because I'm wearing gold on my boots. Okay.
Does he like gold?
He does. He actually would trade with me, but I don't have any gold. So our goal for today, we have to find another fortress. Just one. Just a little guy. And hopefully not die from a ghast.
Right.
Sick parkour.
Literally. That was crazy.
Well, Emma, what were you up to today?
What wasn't I up to today?
Okay, then I'll go first.
No, I was going to answer the question. I've just been helping young women today, mostly. I know. I'm so nice. No, I'm kidding. But this morning I was talking with a friend who feels called to go into ministry and just doesn't know what steps to take. So I was trying to help her out with that.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
What were your steps?
Well, she just finished going to school and is working in the medical field right now as a phlebotomist, which is someone who does the blood work.
Thank you for clarifying, because I ain't got no idea what a phlebotomist is.
Yes. And so she's working in the medical field and is feeling an even stronger call to ministry now. And she was like, do I just quit and go to Bible college? And I was like, nope. Unless God tells you to, I wouldn't. Because honestly, like, Bible college is great, but in my opinion, you don't really need it for ministry. I know incredible people who work in ministry, who went to school for business, who went to no school, who, you know, so I don't think it really matters where you go. I think it matters what you do instead. And so I gave her a pastor that I would recommend listening to. There are a couple people that I wanted to send to her, but I already overwhelmed her with like a million books. But I was like, the most important thing is that you are reading the Bible and are taking steps to see, or like to deepen your faith, but also deepen your knowledge and like being able to help people. So
Yeah, because you're not, I mean, as someone who is getting their master's degree, you're not anti-education.
No,
but you don't
not
have
at
to
all.
you don't have to be educated out of school to be educated.
exactly. And I think it is helpful to talk to someone who does have an education in it, because I was able to send her the textbooks. Bible college is great because they're not like I had a friend who went to Cal Baptist University, which is an incredible school, but just like every other college, the textbooks are hundreds of dollars. Like, it's not, you don't get them on Amazon, you get them at the campus bookstore, like stuff like that. But with Bible college, they just are like, here's a link to a $20 Amazon book, you know, so it's like feasible to read the textbooks that we had.
Oh my gosh, I almost just went straight up into this huge lava pit.
Uh-oh. And so I sent her a whole bunch of those. And if you guys are ever interested, just comment and say, Emma, I want to know what books you would have young people read to go into ministry.
Emma, I want to know what books you would have young people read who want to go into ministry.
Well, that was a very fast comment. Let me read you exactly what I sent her. Like,
Okay, I
what
probably
books
don't need.
sent.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, that was more geared to her situation. So, she's a woman.
What?
So I was
Ah!
sending her...
I'm on fire.
Oh my goodness. That's what happens if you don't learn the Bible.
What the heck?
Knowledge of the Holy by A.W. Tozer, which is one of my favorites.
Classic.
All the books can be found on Audible, Everend, whatever, you know, or you can just buy them off of Amazon and read them with your eyeballs. Whatever floats your boat. So Knowledge of the Holy, read that one by A.W. Tozer, which sounds intimidating, but it's actually such an easy book to understand, and it's a really small book, and it's one of my all-time favorites. It's all about the attributes of God. Also,
All-time favorite, really.
I love that book so much. Also on the attributes of God, this one's more geared towards women. It's called In His Image by Jen Wilkin. And then it has a sequel called None Like Him. And it's also by Jen Wilkin. But one of the books is about his communicable attributes and one is about his non-communicable attributes.
Anybody know what that is?
Which means the attributes you can share with God, that's communicable. So like love, peace, grace, those are all things that God has, and through Him we are able to also have love and grace and different things. But God, being God, also has attributes that He can't share with us. because I can't be omnipresent, which means everywhere at once, or omnipotent, which means all powerful. So I forget what book goes on what, but they're both really good, and if you read one, then you definitely want to read the other because she's an incredible author. By Ruth Chow Simmons, Now and Not Yet, which is basically for wrestling with the waiting and wanting and things like that. Which I can only imagine if you just went to like medical school and are working in this field, there's going to be a lot of wrestling going on. And this one is definitely, there are lessons that men can learn from it, but it's written from the perspective of a woman to encourage women.
That's what I need.
I also sent her Liturgy of, am I saying that right? Liturgy of the Ordinary by
Ooh.
Tish Harrison Warren.
Classic book.
I love this book.
And you didn't send her Prayer in the Night, huh?
I didn't, because I didn't think she was ready for that one yet. Both Liturgy of the Ordinary and Prayer in the Night are incredible books by a woman who, I will tell you guys, is also an Anglican priest. So if you guys aren't, if that would be a hindrance to you learning from her, then don't read the book.
No!
That is so frustrating. I'm so sorry. But if you are very anti-female priest, females in ministry, I would say don't read that book because it's going to be a stumbling block for you. But other than that, Liturgy of the Ordinary is basically how to make God your everything. How to pray when you wake up, how to make breakfast for him, how to make your bed and like learn how to rest and seeking him in everything. And then Prayer in the Night, trigger warning, she talks about the 3 miscarriages or 2 miscarriages and 1 late term loss that she has. And she just shares about how she learned how to pray. And that praying became very real to her in that time. So she also does have 2 great, healthy little girls. So there is resolution to that story. But that's hard. Like, we had a miscarriage if you guys didn't know. So love her books. Christian Theology by Millard J. Erickson. This book is humongous. It's huge. Only read it on audiobook. Unless you like going through things slowly. But it goes over like every doctrine, which is incredible.
Just all of them.
Just all of them, because the book is ginormous. I also have Lectures in Systematic Theology by Henry Clarence Thiessen. He also just writes on Christian doctrine, which is important to understand when you're a Christian, not just in ministry. Just know what you believe and how to defend it. I sent her How People Change by J.E. Adams. J.E. Adams is a great Christian counselor, ministry leader. And his work is really great if you want to look into how to counsel better. Haven't read all of his books, but I've read a handful of them, and I have really liked what he's written, but I feel like every book about Christianity needs to be taken with a grain of salt because there are things that you just won't agree on. In Christian counseling, I feel like
Especially.
I have a lot of... I feel like if you just quote the Bible, it doesn't help people too much. But the Bible also is what will heal you. So, Counseling the Hard Cases, where they just take counseling sessions that they've had and how to help. Gentle and Lowly, which talks about Jesus. And sent her Biblical Theology from the 9 Mark series.
Ooh.
Who's that by? I can't even read it.
Mark Deaver?
Yes. I just said I haven't read them, but you talk about them all the time. And there's a whole bunch of books about tons of things in the church. And then I also sent her Emotionally Healthy Spirituality because I use every day in my own life and in leadership. So those are my books that I would recommend.
And just like that, our time is up. So obviously we didn't find the thing we were looking for. So in our next episode...
But we found Jesus through books.
I mean...
I will say that the best book that you can read if you want to know about Jesus is the Bible.
Really?
And don't replace the Bible with commentaries, with books about who God is. Nothing is alive like the living Word of God. So...
Yeah, I know. She's pretty cool, guys. Well, in our next episode, we're going to try to find this torture chamber, finally. If we could ever find it. And we will catch you guys then.